Are you an author who reads a lot? Well, if you don't, you might want to start. Hey guys and gals, boys and girls, authors and author wannabes. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Your old buddy Tim here, as usual, dispensing wit and wisdom when it comes to publishing. This is the program where we talk about writing, editing, marketing, all that good stuff that's tied into becoming a better writer. If this is something you're interested in, I welcome you here and ask that you subscribe. Just click the little button down there, click the bell icon, click the like, and every time I do one of these videos, you will be notified, and hopefully my goal here is to help you become a better writer. Now, one of the things I do on this show is I typically address questions or comments that have been left below by folks such as yourself. And if I use your question on this program, you're going to get a free digital copy of one of my books, either Angel of Mercy or Sins of the Father, both wonderful books. Now, the question we're talking about today, this is coming from Dave. Dave is from Dallas. I think I knew a girl named Debbie in Dallas at one time. But Dave said, Tim, I've heard you talk about reading a lot. Do you really think it's important for an author to read a lot of books? Well, Dave, great question. And because you asked it, I'm going to send you a digital copy of one of my books. I hope you read it. Judging by this comment, you may not be much of a reader. Is it important that you read? Dave, here's my thoughts. It's important that you read a lot in the genre that you are going to be writing in. Really just common sense. If you're going to write historical Scottish Highland novels, you need to read a lot of those novels. You need to do a lot of research because you've got to figure out a couple of things. You know, you want to familiarize yourself with the genre, first of all. You want to get really familiar with the marketplace because it's damn near impossible to sell any product in a marketplace where you are unfamiliar. So that's one reason you want to read. You want to look at who are the big dogs, who are the authors in this particular genre who are selling the most books, and why are they selling the most books? Well, it's probably because they built a reputation over the years, and now they've got a fan base that is just rabid and waiting for their books. You know, one thing I like to do, Dave, is when I find an author that I like and I want to research, I go back and read all of their books, or at least a few of their books, but I start at the beginning. I go find the first book that they published successfully, and I read that because I want to know what made this particular book click, what made readers connect with this author. So I'll read their first book, their second book, their third book. Some authors, Elmore Leonard, Lee Child, I've read everything they've ever written, and I devour it, and I write in that genre because, again, I did exactly what I'm telling you to do, Dave. I read like crazy in that genre because that's the genre that I write in. I get all choked up thinking about it, Dave. So you want to know who the big dogs are. You want to know what they write. You want to know how much they're selling. You want to know how they write. What is their style of writing? You know, some of the most famous authors, they have their own style. Cormac McCarthy, who is one of my favorite authors, unique style of writing. There's very few who write like him, and there are very few who could write like him and get away with it. If you've never read The Road or No Country for Old Men, I encourage you to do so if you're interested in that genre. So you want to see how they write. Is there a specific formula to their writing? And this is something very important when you are thinking about writing in a genre. Excuse me, you need to look at the formula. Okay, is there a certain formula that every one of Patricia Cornwell's book follows? Is there a formula that Stephen King follows? Is it this happens, then this happens, then this happens? If you look at, for example, Quentin Tarantino movies, they all follow a specific formula. They time shift. They jump between characters. They have all of these disparate characters who seem to come together in the middle, and at the climax. So what is that formula? You need to know these things, Dave. You want to gain, this is important. Dave, you listening? You want to gain inspiration from all of this. You don't want to copy it. Does that make sense? I get inspired by reading Elmore Leonard and Cormac McCarthy and some of the other authors that I really love. I get inspired, but I do not try to copy their style, because you'll fail miserably. You do this to become familiar with the marketplace. You don't do this to become familiar with someone's style so you can rip it off. I see that a lot. I see a lot of folks who are trying to be the next Elmore Leonard or the next Mickey Spillane or the next whoever, and they're trying to mimic the style. They're trying to write like them, and I got to tell you, that is just going to be really a pathway to failure, because you have to write in your own style, Dave. You've got to do your own thing, and there's no better way to learn how to do that than by reading a lot. So, Dave, there you go. That was the long answer. The short answer is yes, Dave, you should read a lot. If you are thinking about writing Westerns, go read every book ever written by Louis L'Amour. If you are thinking about writing romance, go read books in that genre. If you're thinking about writing mystery, horror, zombies, whatever, Dave, go read a book. It'll make you a better writer. All right, hope that was helpful to you, Dave, and to everyone else. Don't forget, if you have a question or comment, drop it in the comments below. And if I use your question or comment on the program, you are going to get a free digital copy of my book, which I hope you read, Dave. Also, don't forget, click subscribe, click the thumbs up, leave a comment below. Share this with your friends. If you have other friends who are authors who are looking for advice and that sort of thing, point them in my direction, and let's really get this channel growing and going. So, Dave, I hope that was helpful. Don't forget, the purpose of all of this is to help you become a better writer. So get out there right now, go read something, and then write something. Write something great.